Um, Listen, Tony, I think you know me. Captaincy, not captaincy. It's a massive honour to wear the armband for this country, but it's not something that my ego needs or anything like that. I'm always about what's right for the team, what's right for the players, and when I come in, armband, no armband, whatever the case may be, would have been, it wouldn't change my commitment to the cause for Ireland. So obviously it's nice the manager said that, but it's not something that I was worried about or thinking about when there was a change of manager. No.
Of course, once again, though, it's the Seamus Coleman versus Matt Doherty dilemma for Stephen Kenny, I suppose. How are you and Matt coping with that?
Yeah, well, we're not getting on well at the minute at all, Tony. We had a fallout there about half an hour ago, but listen, that's something for you to talk about. I come away and do as best as I can for my club. Obviously, the first couple of games, the manager chose to go that way with Matt, which no problems for me. It doesn't change who I am, what I do. I went back to club level, and I think I do my talking on the pitch, and I had a good start to the season. Unfortunately, I picked up a niggle, but me and Matt get on very well. We support each other in the role, and Matt's a very good fullback, and whoever plays, and that's just part and parcel of this game.
I'm sure it's the same for you. The Ireland-England game doesn't happen too often, and it's a big one. And you were involved in the last one at Wembley, of course. What's your memories of that?
Yeah, we played very well that night. There is, from what I remember, Shane Long scored that great goal, and obviously when there's a full stadium there, it makes things that bit sweeter as well. That's something that we're missing out on now. But it's a massive game, and that was a great night for us. But I'd like to think that every time the boys come away as a group, regardless who we play, when you put on the green shirt, there should be enough motivation in that itself, regardless if it's against our rivals in England. We should always have that hunger and motivation to do well for our country, regardless who we play. But it's a game as players we're looking forward to, and supporters at home, I'm sure, will be really looking forward to it as well.
Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
Guy Hubbard from Sky Sports.
Hi Seamus. Carlo Ancelotti described you as one of the best captains he's ever worked with. How did that make you feel?
Again, listen, a manager of that regard, it's a massive compliment, especially the players that he's worked with that are captains. But again, I'm not doing anything special. I don't think as a captain I'm expecting the principles to happen on a daily basis. Your standards around the place, and I feel like being at Everton for so long, it's been my job to try and keep the standards up. And unfortunately in recent times we've had a change of manager on so many occasions, but it's important to try and just keep that morale going and let people know what it means to play for the football club. So for a manager like that to acknowledge the efforts that go on behind the scene, because sometimes I think fans maybe can only see what goes on for the 90 minutes, but for a manager to maybe acknowledge what has to be done on a daily basis, it's a massive compliment, and one that I'm grateful for.
We see players into their 30s sometimes retire from international football to sort of protect themselves for the club game. Is that something you will ever do? Will you carry on till you drop, or will you consider a time where it's maybe time to call it a day?
No, I don't. It's not something that's in my mind. I think I'll be one of them players that will put myself forward at club and country level till I'm not picked. I don't think I'm important enough. I'm not as high profile as a Robbie Keane to have a retirement. I think whenever a manager decides to stop picking me at international level, that'll be entirely up to him. But it'll not. I don't think it'll be a case of me saying I've had enough. But hopefully that won't be the case anyway. I'm enjoying coming away with Ireland, and I love playing for my club, so we'll just see what that brings. But at the minute it's not something that I'm thinking about.
Thanks, Seamus.
Thank you.
Okay, Bernard O'Toole from Virgin. Bernard?
Seamus, how are things?
How are you? Not too bad.
Seamus, I suppose all going well, you're going to commit to the Ireland team tomorrow night, but the Ireland into plays very differently to the last Ireland team you played in. I suppose, what have you made of Ireland under its your own game?
Kind of broke up a bit
Could you
there.
repeat that, Bernard? You broke up a bit there.
Yeah, listen, I watched from home, unfortunately, against Slovakia, which was disappointing for everyone involved. It was a very disruptive week, and sitting at home wasn't great to be watching it either when I wanted to be there. But I thought the lads played ever so well on the night and were unlucky on penalties, and you can see there's a different style of play, and the lads have been kind of controlling the ball a bit more. But ultimately, we do want to win the games, and coming into a different style of play, I've had 8 or 9 different managers at club level as well, so it's not something that I'll find any somewhat different. So I'm looking forward to it if selected, because it's been enjoyable to be around, and as I said, the performances in the games have been good. We just haven't managed to get that goal, which has been the disappointing bit, but I'm sure it'll come because the lads are doing well.
And just a final one for me. We spoke to some of the young players in the squad earlier on this week who said this fixture playing at Wembley doesn't really mean a whole lot to them. What would you say to them if they tapped you on the shoulder up in the hotel over the next 24 hours about what this fixture, what playing at Wembley against England means to an Irishman?
Yeah, well, listen, the younger generation now, it's a different time, but it's a massive game for us all. It's a massive game for them. It's a massive game for everyone. But at the end of the day, like I touched on before, every time you go out and play for your country, it's like you can't give more against England than you would against Slovakia, for example. You've got to give your all every time you play for this country, and that's what we'll be doing tomorrow. And obviously the occasion, if we happen to get the win, it would be a massive result, even in a friendly, because we've not beat them in a while. But no, if any young player asked me for advice, I'd say go out and be yourself and enjoy the game, because it doesn't come around much playing England at Wembley, so be free and enjoy it.
Damien Spellman. Damien Spellman, please.
Hi, Seamus.
Hi.
Just one quick one. You could come up against Marcus Rashford tomorrow night. How impressed have you been with him on and off the pitch in the last few months?
I think it's clear to be seen. Anyone who's been following it, what he's only a young lad himself, and to be taking that on his shoulders and to genuinely, sincerely want to be making a difference, it's a massive credit to him, and I think it's something that he should be applauded for highly. He comes across as a very grounded young footballer, very talented footballer as well. On the pitch he's top class talent, very dangerous footballer, but what he's doing off the pitch, I think it's inspiring for all the players in the Premier League to dig in and get involved and help in any way you can with whatever causes it that you want to encourage. And I think Marcus has done a remarkable job, and he deserves all the credit in the world for it, and fair play to him.
Brilliant. Thanks very much.
No problem.
William from Off the Ball.
Yeah, it's just in terms of that, you've made donations to various causes over the years. Like, as a footballer, do you feel an obligation to do something like that, or is it something you'd be doing if you were just a normal bloke?
Well, listen, nowadays on social media, I've got my own, private accounts. I'm not out there in the open for everyone to get into my profiles. But certain things pop up that you see, or people text you about certain things, and just sometimes some hit home with you more than others. And luckily enough, by playing football, I've been lucky enough to earn some money out of it, and I feel like it's something that I can do to help people. I've got 2 daughters myself, and some of the cases that I reach out to is maybe parents needing help with treatment for kids or whatever the case may be. And if you can help in any way you can, it's important, and it's something that I really enjoy doing. And sometimes I put my name towards it, sometimes I don't, and the reason I put my name towards it sometimes is hoping that the likes of yourselves get hold of it, and then it gains recognition for the cause, and then on the back of that more money can be raised. But as a footballer, I think we're in a very privileged position, and it's nice to help people when you can.
And just in terms of on the pitch, you mentioned the good performances over the last couple of windows. How important is it to get a victory now over these next 3 games?
Yeah, listen, we want to win football. That's what it's about. You want to win football games all the time, and I don't want to be making excuses. I don't like to look for excuses, but that last camp was incredible. I was watching it from home, all the pull-outs and lads perfectly fit and healthy and close contact. So it was a was a disaster for the players and obviously the manager as well. So that's been disappointing, and obviously we've had a few pull-outs again, which is disappointing as well, and probably a couple of the starting players possibly. So it's disappointing, but we need to get on with that, and we need to win games. And I think over the course of the next three games, if we play well enough, then hopefully we'll get some results out of it leading into next year, which is so important for us after the disappointment of the Slovakia game.
Okay, we're going into the